According to a Chinese social media site, the price of the Nikon Z8 has been leaked at $35.99. That's right, $3,599. But how realistic is this information? Is it a fake? Or is Nikon once again going to shock like they did with the Nikon Z9, releasing it at a price of $5,500, $1,000 less than the competition? I've got all the details coming up after this short break. But first, please do me a favor. Follow me on Twitter, but most importantly, please subscribe to this channel. It doesn't cost you anything, it means an awful lot to me, but most importantly, it really does help this channel grow. We have a screenshot showing the price of the Nikon Z8 at $35.99.95. It's in English, it's some sort of an English retailer, but we don't know which one. Can you tell based on the coloring here what retailer this might be? For a minute there, I thought it might be Best Buy, but as I'm not in the United States, I need your assistance. Despite there being no identifying information here, I'm sure there's somebody living in the United States looking at the screen thinking, I know exactly who that retailer is, and if you do, please let me know in the comment section down below. But one thing that's very interesting about this is, according to Nikon rumors, dealers haven't received pricing information yet. And if they haven't received pricing information, then how could we have a price here? So let's assume, first of all, that dealers haven't received pricing information. Then what does this mean? Well, a lot of times when camera companies or retailers in general they know stock is coming, they're getting ready for that, they're getting their POS system up to date, they'll just put a placeholder in for the price. So for example, $35.99. And then maybe somebody saw this and thought, oh my God, this is news, I'm gonna leak this information out. It's certainly possible, although it's suspect that it's coming from a Chinese social media site and not from Nikon rumors directly, as if this was coming out of the United States, guess where you'd expect the information to come from? The United States, right? And of course the other option is that pricing has already been sent to some retailers. But let's go back to that price of $35.99. How realistic is it? Well, if you've been following me for the last couple of months, you'll know that I said that the Nikon Z8 is going to be competing directly against the Canon EOS R5 and the Sony A7 R5. And both cameras are priced at, well, $3,900, $38.99 and $38.98. So it certainly makes sense that the camera will be priced at around $38.99 to $39.99, being a newer camera with more capabilities. However, all we have to do is take a look back at, what was it, October of 2021, and Nikon released the Nikon Z9. They started off with 4 weeks of teasers, with 3 teaser videos, then a leaked teaser presentation indicating the capabilities of this camera. And when they announced it, it had a price that shocked many. Now, normally a flagship camera such as the Canon R1, the 1DX Mark III, the Sony Alpha 1, and I know the R1 isn't out yet, but all these flagship cameras usually have a price of $64.99 or $64.98. But the Nikon flagship camera, the Nikon Z9, had a shocking price of $5,500 or $54.98. And that was a really shocking price because it was a very good camera. It had 8K 60 frames per second in terms of video. And I know that 60 frames per second came later in a firmware update. But in terms of what this camera could do, 1.2 gigabytes per second, 20 frames per second, lossless RAW, it was an impressive camera, and $5,500 really shocked. So with a price of $38.99 being what's priced for the current segment, coming in at $35.99 is a price that would shock. Now, it's not $1,000 less than the competition, but at $300 less, it certainly captures our attention, especially as it's going to have more capable specifications, both video and stills. How are you feeling? $35.99 for the Nikon Z8 as a US price. Feels pretty good, doesn't it? I mean, I can start to imagine the responses already in the comment section with people going, wow, $35.99, this is great. But keep in mind, this is a rumor. And with all rumors, until we get the announcement, we don't know for sure. This information hasn't been validated, and Nikon Rumors says the same thing. $35.99, that is impressive. It's certainly realistic, but we take a look at that euro price that's supposed to be $45.99, and it seems like the price between these two price points, between the North American price or the US price and the European price, are too far apart. Oh, and one more thing, let's go ahead and cue the image one more time. Take a close look at this photo. Yes, we see $35.99.95. It's highlighted in yellow. It gets everybody's attention. Pre-order now, free shipping. But I want you to take a look to the left side of the frame. Do you notice anything interesting about the photo? That photo looks very similar to the original leaked photo that we had of the Nikon Z8. It's got the Z8 insignia on the bottom. But if you take a look at the latest leaked photos from Nikon Rumors, you can see the complete absence of that insignia, a slightly different design. We also have a different design of the Function 1 and the Function 2 buttons. And the Z insignia in the top right from Nikon Rumors, their leaked image, well, we don't see that in the retailer's image. So I hate to say it, I'm sensing that this is a fake image. I would, if given a choice between believing what Nikon Rumors has leaked out and what we're getting from this social media website in China for a US leaked price, well, I'm willing to believe that Nikon Rumors has the latest information. And up until just a few days ago, the image that we see here of the Nikon Z8 on this leaked image, that is what was passing around on the internet. But today, after a couple of days of leaked images, leaked photos from Nikon Rumors, well, things have changed. So there's definitely a disagreement between the photos, leading me to believe that this information is fake. At this point, I still believe that the price of the Nikon Z8 is going to be between $38.99 and $39.99. There is a chance it could go to $4,099, but there's also a chance it could go lower. And one of the reasons why I say that, if we look at the current price of the Canon EOS R5, a camera that the Nikon Z8 is going to go right up against, is currently on sale $200 off at $36.99. So it wouldn't surprise me in the least if Nikon did lower the price by $100 or $2, but at this point we have no validation on this leaked image of a price of $35.99, so I'm not willing to bet, I'm not willing to get too excited over it. And if you want to stay up to date on the pricing of the Nikon Z8, all the leaked rumors and information, the numers, well then go ahead and subscribe, but make sure you choose all notifications. And by choosing all notifications, as soon as I publish a new video like this one here, well, you'll get notified by YouTube, either by an alert in the top of your screen on the bell icon or an email. Just check your junk and spam mail folder, because sometimes those emails come in there. And for all the minor news and rumors, such as a sale on right now for the Nikon Z6 Mark II at $300 off, or other sales that I think might be of interest to you, or other information that, well, it's not really big enough to have its own separate video, then follow me on Twitter, because that's where I post or tweet all that information. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day. Have yourself a great weekend. And just keep in mind, we're less than 2 weeks away, 12 days away now from the announcement of a product that we believe to be the Nikon Z8. Did you catch the scheduled event? Are you ready? Looking right at the bottom, you see an 8 where the question mark is. It morphs into an 8 right at the very bottom. And of course, we've got that play icon kind of indicating that this camera is going to have some pretty heavy video capabilities. So I'm pretty excited to see that. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon.